Hello, welcome to Make Everything Possible. In this video, we will be going over our three-wheeled car. So the materials we're going to need for this project are Scotch tape, our scissors, one straw, our blue putty, 5 popsicle sticks, and our super duper tacky glue. For our mechanical parts, we are going to need 3 wheels and 1 axle. It's this metal rod right here. Going to need our motor, 9-volt battery with wires. If you don't have the wires, that's perfectly okay. We can attach them directly to our little nubs right here. And we are going to need a switch. This is going to allow us to turn our car on and off, so this way we don't waste our battery. First, we're going to start off with 4 popsicle sticks. You want to start setting up the body. Okay. So I'm going to place 2 of my popsicle sticks side by side next to each other. And I want to make sure there's enough gap in the middle so that my 9-volt battery can fit. So what I'm going to do is place the battery there, and I know how much space to leave. Using our glue, we are now going to place 2 drops at each end of the stick. And this is where we're going to place our 3rd popsicle stick. You want to get it nice and centered. Perfect. Next, we want to do another measurement. So we have our wheels right here. Basically, I want to make sure that there's enough space between this popsicle stick in the back and the next one that we're going to place up front. So I'm going to come over here, take my wheel, and just make sure that there's enough space in the front here and the back over here so that the wheel's not touching either of these 2 popsicle sticks. Okay. Once you find your nice distance, we're going to place 2 drops again and place down our 4th popsicle stick. Perfect. So once you have that, you can put it to the side, let it dry, and we can start working on our circuit. For our circuit, we are going to need our battery, our motor, and our switch. Okay. And then to tie everything together, we're going to use some Scotch tape. Okay. So we're going to start off with the battery and the motor. What we want to do is this wire part, the metal part that's sticking out, not the red piece. We want to intertwine that with the red wire of the motor. Okay, these little hairs at the end. So you just twist them together. This way they have a nice firm connection. Like that. And then we grab some Scotch tape to wrap it up. So Scotch tape is going to act as our way of holding it together, as well as an insulator to ensure that when the wires touch, they're not creating a short in the circuit. Just press that down. All set. That's 1. Okay. Next up, we're going to take the black wire of our battery, the black wire, and the red wire of our switch. And we're going to do the same thing. Two down. For our last connection, it's going to be the black wire of our motor and the black wire of our switch. Perfect. And now before we continue, let's test it out, make sure our circuit works. We want to grab one of our wheels, and we're going to place the whole of the wheel onto the shaft of our motor right here. And we want to make sure that we don't push it all the way down. Just make sure that there's enough space between the motor and the wheel. We want to keep that gap because we're going to cause friction if we push it too close together. Okay. So let's try it out. We have our switch here. Excellent job. So if it works, you're all set. If it does not work, you're going to have to come back to these 3 connections here and check to see if they're tightly packed together and make sure that there are no breaks in our circuit. Let's move back onto our body. Now that we have our body, what we want to do is take our straw and scissor, and we want to cut out a nice piece that's going to fit over our axle. So we're going to paste the straw to our body, so this way the axle and wheels can spin freely inside the straw. So what I like to do is cut out a nice decent piece, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Just like that. And then just to make sure, I'm going to fit this over the axle. And I can still see some metal parts of the axle. Alright, so the straw doesn't take up the full length. So once we do that, just flip this around real quick. We want to take our glue, and between here and here we want to find the middle and place 2 more drops. This is where we're going to be placing our straw. Now to reinforce that, I do like to grab some more Scotch tape and place it over, 1 for each side. Perfect. Awesome. So let's start assembling. With our straw here, I'm going to take the wheel and axle and place it through the hole, so I can see it come out the other side. And with that, I'm going to grab our 3rd and last wheel, this hole onto the axle. Perfect. Now to add our circuit. So first we're going to start off with our motor. What we want to do is place it right over here on the left hand side. Okay, so this is the bottom of the car. We're going to take a little bit of the blue putty and place it on this side of the motor. Just like that. You can flatten it down a little bit. I'm going to place this blue ball onto this part of the popsicle stick. Just like that. We're now going to take our final popsicle stick. We're going to place a blue putty ball at each end. Okay, so you should have something that looks just like that. Okay. One of the blue putty balls is going to go on the bottom of the motor, and the other one's going to come all the way here towards the back. Perfect. Okay, what we're going to do is flip the car back over. And what we want to do is take our battery. I'm going to place it right here on this middle part of the car. We're going to do that with a little bit more of the blue putty. So the battery is going to help stabilize the weight of the car. And we're almost done. All we're going to do now is use some of the Scotch tape to secure our wires, our switch, to make sure it doesn't interfere with the wheel. There you have it. Our 3-wheeled car. Let's give it a test.